Hello everyone on the internet and thanks for tuning in. I am RyuKiva of RyuKiva Toku.
And welcome to another episode of Toku Bros. I am Dragon Zeron of the Tokusatsu Media Center.
And I was a Master Rider Bushido, and he was a Flavorman, but yeah, not anymore today.
Welcome back, man.
Hello there, old friend. It's been a while since we last seen each other.
Certainly has been.
Okay, since it's been a while, why don't you tell us what you've been up to, the Winter Cosplayer?
Oh, geez. Let's see. So, in that time, I guess I've been doing a lot of cosplay as my title, the Winter Cosplayer. Especially focusing on Mortal Kombat cosplay. I've been working on Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Reptile, and now Smoke. So just to basically have my own staple, I guess. Oh, and can't forget my own iconic overly sized size. But hey. But other than that, RyuKiva, what's on today's agenda?
Today we're going to be talking about Kamen Rider music. We've got like a whole 40, 50 year span that we can be talking about. Obviously I've kept out the very beginning and the very end, just so we can talk about all the good stuff that's going on in the middle. But to kick it off with Showa Kamen Rider music, I want Dragon Zeron to tell us about why he really likes a certain guy called Masato Shimon and what he likes about Showa music.
Okay, so basically to explain who Masato Shimon was, he is a retired singer back in the, who's retired now, but he was a singer back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, where he basically did tokusatsu, anime, children's songs and whatnot. And his first ever tokusatsu gig was the Kamen Rider theme. But he used a different name. He used the name Koichi Fuji, as it was a part of Asahi Sonorama. And he basically replaced Hiroshi Fujioka when he got his ankle broken. So therefore, he became the main singer of Kamen Rider in all the inserts and stuff because, Hiroshi can't really sing that well, I think. I don't know for sure, but they wanted to get a professional singer of some capacity to sing. And he was only paid like 500 yen for it, so $5 literally at the time, but probably $100 now.
Is he basically the Showa version of that, the main singer to Rider Chips?
Somewhat, but Masato Shimon did a lot of things. He worked for Eiji Tsuburaya
and he was
from
there
like
at the very beginning as well.
No. But what I mean is it like the equivalence basically? I can't remember the artist's name, but
Ricky. His name is Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky. That's
no, he's not like Ricky. I don't think Ricky had his own he does rider trips and does his own stuff, but Shimon was basically. He was a salaried singer. Singing was just his hobby and whatnot. And he had a big song in '76 where he basically left the anime song industry and decided to go after the boom that started making pop songs. But he got screwed over, and therefore he just stopped singing in general in the '80s and came back for occasional shows and anime and stuff. But he's also known for singing the Kamen Rider Amazon theme as well as doing the Kikiki or the Amazon.
But that was some very old style vocals. It doesn't sound like the same person.
Yeah, well, he was known for his extremely nasal singing, and it was only until Ginga Man where his his vocal started clearing up and did not have the nasal voice that he was known for. And he went uncredited for Ginga Man, so you wouldn't know if it was him had his name been attached.
So just to lead into the first song that we're going to be listening to, I mean, even though it's not Masato Shimon that we're going to be listening to, the one thing that caught my interest in what you were saying is saying that he was a salaried singer, which you don't really get too much of these days. I mean, even in the acting industry, you might still get the occasional actor who's salaried to a studio or is contracted to a studio, but even when you look at maybe Kamen Rider Chips or Kamen Rider Girls, it's very interesting that this one guy was salaried to just do what he could do. When you've got old-fashioned singers who are salaried in such a way, I almost feel that listening to show music, even though as cool as Heisei is, and even what we will most likely be experiencing in Reiwa, is that they have a lot more heart, they have a lot more passion. And even though the recording quality is nowhere near our digital quality today, I still love. I mean, one song that I'm definitely passionate about, and we're going to be listening to first, is the theme to Kamen Rider V3. As soon as it plays.
Which Shimon did do a cover of. He was known to do a lot of cover songs for different.
So I mean, again, I love the passion of this song so much, and even when you got that outro, they still, even in the early episodes, they were still able to do the whole, this show is sponsored by it. It just gives that very nostalgic feeling that carries through even to today's Heisei era. So go on, Winter Cosplayer, tell us what you think.
So I was going to say, first off, my introduction to V3 came from the movie called Kamen Rider the Next, which, by the way, is a fantastic movie. I love it. That's my only introduction to V3, just to premise that. And number two, that just listening to that snippet gave me a real Showa vibe era, but in a Sentai kind, if you know what I mean, like a very...
See, how familiar are you with Showa Kamen Rider overall?
See, I don't watch that. My introduction came in the Heisei era.
No, but again, like, yeah, I mean, because again, I've seen the first and the next, and they're both decent films. But like, because when you say about it sounding very Sentai-ish, I mean, I'll say like watching Showa Rider, it does have a lot of the staples that Sentai then adopted into, especially the '90s Sentai.
No, but
so I can see what you're saying totally. So yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Well, yeah, but the early era of Sentai.
Yeah.
Just to premise that. So like it's a very going
so
back
again,
to
this
the beginning.
This predates Go Ranger, and again, it was one of the things that they adopted as part of their theme.
And the composer's the same. Like they had the same composer, and he was known to reuse cues and stuff for different songs.
But note that, okay, just to premise that my first official earliest rider I watched fully is Ryuki, just to premise that. And then number two, music-wise, I haven't really heard any of the older editions, so I can't judge any for what it was. But just by
you like the music at least?
I do. And it kind of gives me that nostalgic feel to sort of early Sentai in a good way.
Man. But okay, talking about, so moving on to going from early Showa to early Heisei, Ryuki's got that very strong sort of passionate way of expressing the whole Seigi and being of justice. What do you like, Winter Cosplayer, about Kamen Rider Ryuki's theme?
Theme-wise, I loved it. I just found it very... even still to this day, she's still singing that original song, singing in various years, that she's still singing it. And it shows the strength she has, the passion she has. It carries so much emphasis, passion, weight. And it kind of tells... even if you don't understand the words, just by hearing the song, the style, the slight depth to it, not so much sad but more the depth that she sings in, gives the tone of what the series you're going to be looking forward to. So almost like a battle royale style. In this music case, it's not too upbeat, but it's lower. It's not too fast, but it's still catchy as hell. And that's why I put it as one of my favorite songs, because I just love, again, it's so gripping.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously with Kamen Rider Ryuki being of that Battle Royale theme, I think they had like a much more important role because they'd had Cougar, which was actually supposed to have been like the one-off series, and then when they did Agito, it became like, they really increased the quality. So going all out with Ryuki and having that battle royale theme, it really goes with everything, and the story just is multi-dimensional. Now, let's have a listen to Kamen Rider Ryuki's theme. We'll see if Dragon Zeron can identify the themes that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So you can really see that you're really feeling the power in that one, the chikara, as they might say. So go on, Dragon Zeron, tell us what you felt listening to that.
It hypes you up for what's about to happen. And like, I know this song, I actually have a cover of it from Nippon Columbia. But like, the original singer, Riko Matsumoto, she puts so much emotion into it. And I think that's just because she's considered one of the best anime singers in the song thing. And like, that's why they picked her to be a part of Jam Project, although she did leave, I think, in 2008 though.
I love Jam Project. I love Jam Project so much. Well, yeah, go on.
Yeah, she was in the band like the first 4 or 5 years and then left, I think. But like, it was like, she's also known to play Satoshi, aka Ash Ketchum, in the Japanese Pokemon.
Ah, yeah, because the American one was Veronica Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't know that. Okay, good to know.
So she kind of puts her acting skills into the singing. And that's what I like about it, It's like, she knows how to, like, that's the thing about voice actors, or singers in general. They could be able to act as well.
So that was the original Kamen Rider Pokemon connection, I guess, as opposed to Kamen Rider Drive being in Detective Pikachu, right? Right, so just before we move on to the next topic, just to kind of touch on what you were saying, what do you both think of Project R?
Okay, I feel like they're kind of phasing them out. Project R hasn't been the same since like Gokaiger or even like Jojo or wherever they worked on. It's not really the same anymore. And like, I think that's why they're kind of phasing out and like getting rid of the singers and just having the singers just sing on their own without Project R involvement.
I mean, if I might, I was going to say that Project R was fantastic in the early days when, just to name a few notable ones, such as, say, Deca Ranger, Hurricaneger. Then you had the ending to Magi Ranger, though, having Sister Maya come into the fray as well. Ever since, after Gokaiger, what did we have? I mean,
they did quite a few after Gokaiger, like around the Zyuohger era.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't Project R.
Didn't they do the Q Ranger ending as well?
Tokujo's ending theme.
Right, yeah, that sounds about right.
But like, they don't really try to promote it as much as they do, like, for example, Rider Chips or Rider Girls. You know what I mean?
Let me ask it this way. Let me ask this to you guys then. If they are slowly phasing away, do you feel that it could be a financial thing, that it's easier to just get one or two former members of Project R as opposed to the whole collective?
Yeah, that's usually the case. They only have one singer of the group together, like, sing the song per year, But even then, this past year, we only got Yohei Onishi, and then we got this new guy named Takuya Deguchi to sing the ending theme to Kira Major, which, by the way, is a great opening and ending. I have, Takuya Deguchi is not a part of Project R. He's some new singer who just does children's songs and stuff. And this was his first time doing something big, outside of children's songs.
Okay, so moving on to the next topic. This is one that I've chosen to talk about. I'm going to talk about themes that I absolutely love the songs, but not too hot in the series. Now, the thing is, like, when it comes to my everyday listening to music in general, the one thing that annoys me is when I know the lyrics off by heart to songs I don't like. But the thing is, I will say that there are songs, like, especially in the Kamen Rider universe, where I absolutely don't like the series, or I'm not too hot in the series, and I'll actually love the songs and know the songs word for word. First example, so I'm going to jump back to Showa to begin with. And the first example of this I'm going to let you guys listen to is the theme tune to Kamen Rider Stronger. So Winter Cosplayer can tell me what you think. Again, bearing in mind you're not familiar with Showa Rider, and Dragon Zeron, you can give us all that info that we might need on it. But the thing about Kamen Rider Stronger's theme is I remember singing it in Japan. It's just a great song. Sono nawa, sono nawa,
Sono nawa, Kamen Rider.
Obviously, you started singing right at the end of that one, but actually we both did. Winter Cosplayer, what do you think of that?
Honestly, I preferred the previous music that you played first.
V3.
Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, me personally. But don't get me wrong, it still has that early age nostalgia feel to it. Sort of like that kind of Kamen Rider kind of OG style.
See, because like when it comes to OG, when it comes to the OG style, I love. I mean, again, I think we were both singing at the end of it, but the way the end of the song just goes, like it just gives it the gusto of Kamen Rider, Stronger. That is just so amazing. Dragon Zero, give us some info.
Yes. So basically, the singer of this song is Ichiro Mizuki, who's considered the king of anime songs and Toku. Okay, not Toku song. That go to Shimon because he had more stuff in it. But basically, he it was Ichiro Mizuki's second Kamen Rider thing he did, because the first one was Kamen Rider X, and that was the first theme he sung for.
Set up. I love that song so much. Because Kamen Rider X is definitely, it's got to be my favourite Showa Rider, full stop. But the thing is with X's song is the lyrics are actually a lot faster as well. So I find it harder to sing along to, admittedly. But the thing is, like Stronger, it's like the series. I mean, there were so many strengths and weaknesses to the series. But the song, especially like Kamen Rider, it's just like, it just grabs me so much more for some odd reason. It's like, even though, I mean, especially Kamen Rider Stronger's arrogant personality, the fact that I really loved his theme song, it's insane. And like, I know his song inside out, it's insane. So, going on to one of Dragon Zeron's picks, tell us what you liked about the music for Black and Black RX.
So basically, Kamen Rider Black is like the I consider them the same series, just super. But basically, Kamen Rider Black has Tetsuya Kurata, aka the title rider's actor.
Yeah, it does. But then Black RX was like they just kind of glossed over it, didn't they?
Yeah, they got Takayuki Miyachi to come sing it.
Because I actually thought
it's great.
I thought him singing his own theme song was actually quite novel, and I remember before I knew it, I remember listening to it. I'm like, it sounds like him, and then it was him. I remember that.
You could tell he wasn't a singer, but I could tell he put a lot of passion in it.
Again, Showa Rider passion, 100%.
Because it was the first time we had a Kamen Rider series in a long, long time. Because, in Japan, right?
I mean, you had Z Cross in '84, but it was Super One and then Black.
Yes, but it was 5 years since they had a last Kamen Rider theme. And since I think the Showa era, they kind of knew it was going to end.
Dragon Road was still amazing, though. Dragon Road, the one before Black.
Oh, yeah, Akira Kushida knocked that out of the park.
He did.
I'm not a big fan of the new one that they did with Rider Girl. They just didn't have that charm. But basically, they did get better over time. It just Dragon. I gotta mention Dragon Road. It's a very, very action-packed theme.
I love that.
train.
I love that song.
Oh my, I need knockout kid.
I love that song. But to go on to your choice. But to go on to your choice, and again, I kind of tied it in with my not liking a series but loving the song. Kamen Rider Black RX's thing. Now, Kamen Rider Black RX, I felt really... I didn't like the series, to be honest. Simply because it kind of desecrated everything that Black was about. Black. It kind of desecrated Black in such a massive way. But then the whole wake up, Tai Yo Yo, I love that vibe. And both of you listen to it. And Winter Cosplayer, you chime in afterwards and just tell me what you think of it as soon as I find it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there it is. And again, just that kind of there we go. Such a tune for a series. I just don't know how to describe the series. Winter Cosplayer, your thoughts?
So, okay, I have to admit, that's the first time I actually heard that. Like you said, I would say that is a tune. I'm not going to deny that. What do I feel? I like it. For some reason, and again, I'm going to tilt towards Sentai, because I've listened to all the Sentai openings since O Ranger, I believe. But anyway, my point is
Dash, O Ranger.
Yes, spot on. I got such an O Ranger opening vibe from that, and I guess maybe that's why I like it. And I don't know why, it is catchy. It has that post-Jew Ranger, sort of that kind of era, kind of vibe.
You can see the progression, but you can see the progression from like the first two Showa songs I played you. So this being literally the last Showa theme for the whole era.
Yeah.
For
so
10 years before Kuga.
Because it was Showa.
Yeah, it's sort of like that tipping point from one age to the new age kind of thing.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, and you can tell, especially from the previous two Showa tracks that you played, that it has a substantial difference in their style. And I like this. I mean, I don't know whether I'm being a bit biased that I like more new age and whatever, but again, that's just, I like my taste, you like your taste, but I just find this very catchy, very upbeat, and and just a premise that when it comes to Black RX, I love the outfit to Black RX.
Oh, of course, we all do.
That should have been like the main form.
I mean, it's such a classic, especially to, even though I don't know whether America did justice or not to
Masked Rider.
Exactly.
Masked Rider.
That wasn't a thing.
But still, just to basically take that outfit, just a premise, is at least a staple in on itself. Just a premise. When they did the cameo for Black and Black RX in a Decade, is that correct? That they're played by the same actor?
It's a sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, he was he was in his very early 20s, like when they did it. Like he was like 21 or 22 when he did the original. So he was only like 50 something or 40 something when he did Decade.
Only.
So he was pretty young.
Yeah, but compared to other Showa riders, he was very young indeed.
True, but still, like, I did not know that it was a legit two-parter.
Yeah, because again, Black, because again, they've got the similar name. You got Black, and then Black RX, because it's a sequel.
Yeah.
And then the powers are the same, it's just he's then get chucked into the sun. Which again, if you understand this is actually where the lyrics actually tie into the song. Like, the lyrics, he does sing a lot about getting his powers from the sun. And it is a case of that is how the powers evolved from Black into Black RX.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Heisei versus Showa Rider movie, or the one that they show both side by side, they kind of do this thing where he evolves into Black RX. But the actual story in the original series is very different to, obviously, the movie remake. But going straight into movies, so I am going to move topic now. Actual movie rider songs. This is actually going straight into early Heisei, and this is going on to one that I've picked and what and to change it up, one that I actually like is Kamen Rider J. Now, the thing about Kamen Rider J is I actually love the movie, not just for having Yuta Mochizuki play the rider and everything about Kamen Rider J being a giant and just all that good acting stuff. Yes, I know you met him when you put me on video call to him. And like, I'll still say like it's still good, but then the thing with the song is it actually sounds quite. It sounds very lovey-dovey. It sounds very different to everything I've played so far. It sounds very lovey-dovey, but to me, even though he didn't sing the song, it almost sounds like it does just because of the passion in the song itself. So I'm going to put it on, and you both tell me what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Here it comes. Thoughts?
Pretty catchy.
Go, Winter Kosplayer.
Forgive me, I don't mean to deflate. I'm a bit indifferent on it because I got a very, and I'm going to use the term predated double opening vibe to it, if that kind of makes sense.
No, I've got to disagree. No. Go on, explain.
No, what I mean is you have the duo, which works, don't get me wrong. And instantly, when it comes to duo for me, it's instantly double, opening-wise. And
you could say, but a lot of Rider themes have duets in them, like not just double. O's had a duet in it as well.
Honestly, that shows how much I remember O's, because I don't remember.
Right.
The reason I like solo artists, and then bearing in mind, I love doubles opening, right? So I'm just going to be a little bit hypocritical on my own account here, just for a minute. But the reason I like solo acts is it's much smoother. It's much more
composed.
Or simplistic, or if you get what I mean, just more natural. Whereas when it comes to duets, on occasion it does work. Don't get me wrong, it does work, like double.
Or how about Lupin versus Pat?
That's the most complicated. That's the most complex one you could think of. He's talking about simplicity, but I was thinking of Lupin. Yeah.
Yeah, that works, and I completely forgot about that. I'm not going to deny that. But in this circumstance, I don't know why. I just didn't find the duet working harmoniously. That's just me anyway. I just can't seem to fathom it. Like, I don't know. I just
right. Seeing as you don't know, Dragon Zeron, your thoughts?
Okay, I didn't get to. I need to. I actually sat down to listen to all the movie scenes of the 1990s writers. Like, they're not on my database thing I have on my computer. But from what I heard, it sounded really catchy and whatnot. But I couldn't hear because I'm half deaf.
All right. I mean, I'm assuming neither of you two have seen Kamen Rider J.
No.
I've seen Kamen Rider Ghost.
J, as in the song I literally just played you.
Oh, I never heard that during Kamen Rider Ghost. Like, I don't...
No, J. This was the theme to Kamen Rider J.
Oh, yeah, I never heard the Kamen Rider J theme.
Right, well, no, as in, you've not seen the movie either.
Oh, I've seen the movie. I've seen the movie Motion and Zero Evo J.
Right, okay, because right, so I'll just quickly cover my thoughts, and then we'll go on to the one of the final topics. Like I will say to me, like again, just matching Yuta Mochizuki's acting and the way that he actually interacted with the characters and was trying to save the day, in like for using the spirit of Mother Earth. I felt it actually the theme actually suited the acting and the actual plot of the movie, and again, just with Yuta Mochizuki's such passionate acting that to me, like that passionate singing as well, and like that whole sort of very lovey earth vibe I got from that song, full stop. Let me link into songs that people do actually like from singers that people actually like. Now, your choice, Winter Cosplayer, was Kamen Rider XA, sung by a certain guy that I am absolutely a fanboy of. Totally. I'm gonna say Daichi Miura. Is that how I say his name?
Yep.
Right.
Daichi Miura.
No, but this is it. Like I've heard a lot of his songs, and he did like a song to a movie after
Dragon Ball Super
Bosch.
Broly.
That's it. Yeah. He did. Yeah,
Blizzard.
he's a very famous Japanese artist, and I got to be honest. I might have heard a couple of his songs before X-Aid. But hearing him do X-Aid, he totally nails it. Winter Cosplayer, your thoughts?
For me, as I've been mentioning, that, and I'm sure you'd agree, that an opening builds up to the series, the episodes, and so on and so forth. Now, when it came to the development of X-Aid, when I first heard that this was just about doctors and video games, at first I thought, what? How? And then I hear the opening, and it starts off very mellow, and then it builds up, and then when you hit the chorus, and then it just goes full up beat, up tempo on it, and then that's when I'm like, hell yeah. And it just sets a tone. It sets one hell of a tone. And I will also premise that X-Aid is one of my favorite Master Rider series to date. Excuse me.
I wouldn't necessarily tie. I mean, I've got to be honest. I wouldn't necessarily tie all the things you talk about with the series. I wouldn't necessarily tie that to the song that Daichi Miura actually put out. Like, because the song that he's put out, it's just like boom in your face, Excite.
Yeah. I mean, the title, like you said, is Excite. And video game-wise, which is one of two of the theme or gimmicks of the show, the song in on itself is fantastic. The series is the series I find is brilliant, story and all. Next to Kiva, which is also another one of my favorite storylines.
Dragon Zeron, your thoughts?
I love Excite. It's probably the best opening theme we had in quite a while, I think.
I'm going to deliberately interrupt you and play it just for the sake of it. You've got to believe, right? Not just that, but Daichi Miura's dance video to his own song also rules, by the way. I don't know if you guys have seen his music video to it with all the lights in the background.
I've seen the what was it, the Vivo to it, the official music video.
That's the official. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've seen that, and it is good.
His dancing is just so good. I mean, not just to Excite, but pretty much everything else he's done.
But you mentioned RyuKiva earlier that before playing the track that this song doesn't really match to the series, yet you like the song in on itself though.
Totally.
I love the series.
Agreed. But if I might to RyuKiva for a second, do you like the series X-Aid? But secondly,
see, with the series, I'll say that I felt mixed about it. Like there were things I liked about it, there were things I didn't like about it. Like,
but then I'm going to interject and ask then, why do you not feel this song doesn't work with the series. If you see what I mean, because
I'd say in terms of working with the series, it kind of does, it kind of doesn't. But because there were because I think especially when you mention like the video game element, it kind of does match. But then when you've got like the sort of dark elements, when you've got because when it comes to X8 the series, like my favourite character because even though Dan Kuroto is the one that everyone loves, my favourite character is Kamen Rider Kronos, and he himself is a singer, and
that's his main thing he does.
He does amazing songs, and even like even some of the other stuff that I've heard, he does stuff that could have resonated with the serious side of X8 a lot easier, whereas like Daiichi Miura's track's absolutely amazing. I'm not gonna go back on that, but I just don't think where it is so good and so energetic, and it matches the video game elements, but those dark elements, again, you're not going to get something that's going to match both those grounds. I mean, the fact that and again, like you brought up already how it was like the whole medical field with the video game industry. Like those are very chalk and cheese anyway, if anyone understands that analogy. Because where I did like Kronos, but then I wasn't too hot on Emu's character or anyone that was more tied into the video game side. Like Poppy Pippo Pappo just really gave me a headache. I'm sorry. Still.
No. This is another discussion for another series talking about X8. Then because there's
don't go there about Poppy Pippo Pappo.
Oh, I thought
Emu was actually he showed progression. Like you saw him from an incompetent doctor who just started, and then you just see him advance over the series as well as being a Kamen Rider.
Yeah, but you could get that in any J drama. Like people progress, people develop.
We had that in Kamen Rider though.
Hang on. See, I'm going to interrupt and say that we could talk about Master of X8 in another upcoming episode and just completely either compliment on it or, in RyuKiva's case, completely obliterate on it.
It's not. Again, I loved Kronos, but that just Papa get out.
That's one rider out of what, like say half a dozen riders they introduced. And again, I still stay to my point that we could just make a new episode. We could just make another bloody episode. And I think, seriously.
To be fair, the True Ending movies were good.
I haven't watched the True Ending movies.
They're good. They are actually pretty good.
I might have to watch that after I watch Kira Major 7 and 8. So.
Was it called Another Ending?
Oh, the
Another Ending.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Yeah, you need to watch those.
Yeah, they're they're the alternate.
Right.
Like I have them downloaded.
No, I was talking Eric. Right, so moving on to final topic. I'm going to quickly, and this is it, we've not even remotely covered this, but insert songs. Now, we've been talking about OPs, we've not even talked about some of the ending themes that Kamen Rider does have, but when it comes to the insert songs, obviously we've already mentioned Rider Chips, we've mentioned Kamen Rider Girls, they both do amazing, especially during Gaim, Kamen Rider Girls absolutely nailed it, and then during, I think the original era was around Blade, that they were doing Kamen Rider Chips, and then they did come back for, I think, Wizard. But one that's not necessarily tied to a known artist is one of my favourite background themes is for Kamen Rider Necron. So we're going to end on this one, and the reason I like this one is because when we were introduced to Kamen Rider Necron, he was like this sort of really badass from an alternative dimension kind of thing. And the very alternative techno vibe that it gave off, I absolutely loved it the first time I heard it, and this is how we're going to end today's talk. And you guys can tell me what you think. So, like, you're imagining Necron being revealed for the first time, he's like, poof, down, and he's just going ham on everyone.
That sounds cool. I like that, like, da 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 da. It's like the Jaws theme, kind of.
Or,
No.
It's like builds up.
no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're
I'll tell you
saying.
what I'll tell you what it reminds me of. Do you know? Have either of you played Super Mario 64?
Go on.
I've seen bits and pieces.
If you know where I'm going with this, it reminds me when you go into a Bowser level and then you encounter Bowser. It's that theme.
So longer, Bowser.
It's almost like Michael Jackson's Thriller, but on Techno's, well, not level, but the boss fight to it, vibe, or reference to it, if you will. Do I like it? Honestly, I did not care for the series. I did not care for the character from the such. And I'm sorry, I'm just going to be bluntly honest. I did not like Ghost, honestly.
But did you at least
I-
like? Did you at least like the insert song I played you?
Okay, insert song is okay on its own, but the problem is because I didn't like Necrom, I completely forgot about that song.
Well, you
Until
get
you
its
play-
background. It's in the background. You're not going to really remember it anyway. But I did. That's kind of the thing. For me, it stood out.
Yeah.
Dragon Zeron, final thoughts.
Like, I like the insert theme, like the entrance theme of Alan. It sounds really cool. It's like it has an ominous vibe, like that she's about to get real with Alan and defeating Ghost and Spectre. And then like, although I didn't really care for the series, it was meh. Like it could have been way better. Well, like it just the theme
That's
is
putting
good.
it plain.
So.
Alright guys, well we'll wrap this up. Thank you everyone for tuning in. You can catch my boy Dragon Zeron on YouTube and Instagram, as well as his separate Patreon where he does do more music orientated material, as well as his separate Twitter account at DragonZeron71. Our Toku Bros channel is on this YouTube channel, Facebook and Instagram. Our separate Twitter is at Toku Bros 71. And finally myself, RyuKiva from RyuKiva Toku. I am on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and Instagram, as well as my Patreon, and my fan sub blog is ryukivatoku.wordpress.com. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again next time.